Madden holiday is here and we will play all night. Calling sick and sound sincere, in tackles will delight. The fridge is packed with drink and meat, the taste of victory sure is sweet.
Well, the wrench was certainly thrown into everything this week, especially in college football. I mean, I went 4-2 overall. I missed on Eastern Michigan, Ball State, and Seattle and the LA Rams, but yeah, it doesn't feel like it. I mean, I barely scraped by on my Georgia Tech Boston College pick. I mean, BC pretty much dominated right up until the final minutes, which was kind of a microcosm of everything that happened in some ways. On the plus side, I guess I did manage to hit the nail on the head with Texas and Georgia. I mean, again, that was a game that was close, but then Georgia ultimately pulled away in the fourth quarter and won rather handily. So that is pretty much what I said in my previous video. Overall, though, I actually think it's the bigger picture that really needs to be analyzed. I mean, obviously, we have to start with Texas A&M coming back from, what was it, like 30 points against South Carolina? It was 30-3, just about, somewhere in there. Again, like, South Carolina pretty much blows the lead. And I guess now they're talking about firing Shane Beamer or something I don't think they were going to do, even if they didn't have such a disappointing season. They seem to pretty well like him, and he just landed a big recruit. And you see how much that just changes everything now. Louisville and Duke pretty much lost out on their chances for the ACC championship game, which means we're pretty much down to like 4-ish teams. We have Virginia, Georgia Tech, Miami, SMU, and Pitt. I say 4-ish because I think Georgia Tech has already clinched. I know Virginia will pretty much clinch with a win on their next game. So at least, that's how that's going to play out. And of course, I guess we have to introduce a new segment here. Does anyone want the Group of 5 college football playoff spot? It was Memphis last week. They lost. USF got back into it. They just lost to Navy this past weekend. And that leaves like Navy, Tulane, and James Madison still kind of in contention right now. Though again, that can always change as we got conference championships coming up in a couple weeks. But really, there's only like maybe 2-ish that are set. I mean, even if Ohio State loses, I think it's pretty much a given that the Buckeyes and Indiana are going to face each other in the Big Ten championship game. Indiana only has one other game, and it's against Purdue, which is a hated rival, but, they're not entirely good, so, I think it's pretty well sealed for the Hoosiers. After that, you have the Sun Belt, which I believe that is pretty much confirmed that it's going to be James Madison and Southern Miss. And then maybe Conference USA with Western Kentucky and Kennesaw State. Or no, not Kennesaw State, Jacksonville State. They beat Kennesaw State last week, so they're both in there. And, then we've got, like, the Mountain West Conference, which I have no idea what's going on there. I mean, San Diego State's in. That's all we know. And then there's, like, Fresno, Boise State, UNLV. I think Hawaii's still involved. I have no idea what's going there. And right now, the MAC, which at one point it looked like Miami, Ohio, and Ohio were going to be in, and now it's 2 Michigan schools, Western and Central Michigan. And again, that could all change. But again, as, we're going to be covering those games in a few weeks, it would be kind of nice to have some things coming into form when they really, really aren't. Moving on to the NFL, I mean, I pretty much hit the nail on the head with Houston and Tennessee and Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Though, admittedly, the Bucs-Bills game was a bit more of a shootout than I thought it was going to be. And yes, like I said before, I missed on the Seattle-Los Angeles Rams game, but that was really more of a pick-em. I mean, I didn't expect Sam Darnold to be as off as he was, though at least Seattle's defense still played pretty well and kept them in the game until the final moments. Overall in the NFL, we had some pretty big games this past week. The Eagles managed to get by the Lions on Sunday Night Football in a game that really wasn't as close as the score would indicate. I mean, the Lions took too many risks going for it on fourth down so many times, especially against the Eagles' defense and the way it's playing. The Broncos managed to outplay the Kansas City Chiefs, which we'll get into a little bit more later, and I guess the story there is, again, how well Denver's defense is playing and how much their offense is still very much of a holding pattern. Jacksonville dominated the Chargers in a game that still kind of confounds me. I guess the Chargers succumbed to the time change once again. And the Panthers managed to rally to beat the Falcons in overtime in the battle between teams that just keep being questionable. And yes, of course, the Vikings lost to the Bears on a last-second field goal. The reign of Deathmate continues.
All hail Deathmate. 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 All hail Deathmate.
The games we're covering this week are Duke versus North Carolina, New Mexico State versus UTEP, and Michigan versus Maryland. Then on the NFL side, we have Minnesota versus Green Bay, Indianapolis versus Kansas City, and Jacksonville versus Arizona. All right, we'll come back and be covering them right after the break.
You are the loyal one.
Hi, Danny.
You're always first to say hello. You cheer me up when I'm feeling low, but you get so finicky when it comes to feeding time. That's why it's mealtime from now on, my finicky friend.
Mealtime dry dog food. It's double basted for a meatier taste in every crunchy bite.
It's mealtime for you, my finicky friend.
Mealtime, a meatier taste for your finicky friend.
At Play School, we know kids love our dinosaurs because they've made them the most popular ones in history.
We've got Play School dinosaurs. They're big and strong and tough. Spines and teeth and tails. Rods and horns and sails. We can play with them real rough.
And now we've made 8 more just as big and realistic with parts that move and cavesters too. Play School's definitely dinosaurs.
Play School dinosaurs. They're big and strong and tough. We can play with them real rough. Scared, didn't I?
Sparkles in my toothpaste, and a sorry taste. The name is Colgate Junior. It's got an awesome taste. Colgate means that we're so fine. Junior means it's mine, oh mine. For I work it all the time.
New Colgate Junior for superstars like you.
Colgate Junior.
Our first matchup is Duke taking on North Carolina, and it's not quite rivalry week yet, but we're just going to cover a basketball rivalry in football form here. Now, Duke have been playing well in recent weeks. They managed to climb back into ACC championship contention, and then the second half against Virginia happened and it all seemed to fall apart. Now, quarterback Obadiah Mensah is playing very well. He's been very streaky at times, but again, they had been seeming to turn the corner and playing pretty well. The problem is the Blue Devils' defense is wildly unpredictable. I feel like I've said that before, and I know that's a running trend, but yeah, in this case it really is. They tend to give up a lot of points and just barely scrape by, and again, you saw what happened against Virginia. They kept them in check for about a half, and then it just kind of all fell apart. As for the Tar Heels, well, if just enough certain things happen to fall in their direction, they're going to finish with the exact same record they have last year. So, obviously this means they've had a massive improvement under Bill Belichick. It's been so massive that their best player, running back Caleb Hood, left the team in the middle of the season. And I don't mean he entered the transfer portal, I mean he's basically retired. Added to that, the continuous rotating of the quarterbacks between Gio Lopez and Max Johnson has done little to stabilize the team. Overall, Duke is the more consistent team right now, and while the Tar Heels have slowly improved over the season, the Blue Devils are far and away the better team and should win this game rather handily. So yeah, I'm picking Duke.
Honeycomb hideout, let me out. I've come to grant your wish for more honey and the big taste of honeycomb.
More honey, more honey, more honey. Honeycomb cake, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not small.
No, no, no. Honeycomb's got a big honey taste. Big, big crunch for a big, big bite.
Honeycomb
honeycomb cereal, a honey sweet part of this complete breakfast.
Honeycomb sweet big bite. Yeah!
In the new movie, The Land Before Time, Littlefoot, Sarah, Ducky, and Spike share an incredible journey. Along the way, they become best friends.
Now we'll always be together.
And now these lovable characters can be your child's friends too. With a pizza from Pizza Hut, a Land Before Time dinosaur is only 99 cents. So come to Pizza Hut. Your friends are waiting.
We'll always be together. Pizza Hut, make it great.
You hungry?
Let's see what's cooking on TV.
It's a belly full of laughs with a cast of seasoned characters in the Bugs Bunny Thanksgiving Diet Special.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Then, blast away the TV doldrums.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
The supreme adventure awaits. The ultimate challenge beckons. The clash of good versus darkest evil. The friendships of a lifetime. The family favorite of all time.
The Force will be with you.
Star Wars, Wednesday.
Our next matchup is New Mexico State taking on UTEP, and possibly the last meeting in this big rivalry in the American Southwest before UTEP moves to the Mountain West Conference. I don't know if that means they can continue the rivalry with the... I don't know if that means the I-35 game with the Aggies is necessarily off, but New Mexico State is famously banned from the Mountain West Conference by the University of New Mexico. That's not a joke. Seriously, look into it. Anyway, the Aggies have 3 wins overall this season with only 1 in conference, and the offense can put up some good numbers at times with quarterback Logan Fife, wide receiver Glenn Johnson III, and running back Dijon Callaway. That being said, the main flaw is that the defense is just not very good. Now, the Miners have only 2 wins overall, 1 in the conference as well, but they've actually been slightly more competitive in most of their games throughout the season. They were struggling with famed bouncing transfer Malachi Nelson at quarterback, and they replaced him with Skylar Locklear, and that's provided some stability. And I think overall the Miners are probably the better team here, even though the Aggies have the better record. So, yeah, I'm going to pick UTEP to win this one.
This year, shop Eckroth Music for the perfect gift the entire family can enjoy. A beautiful Wurlitzer or Kawaii piano. Both will give you years of musical enjoyment. And for your teenager, Eckroth Music has the finest combo department in the area, equipped to supply the most avid rock and roll guitar player around. There's a whole store full of reasons to shop Eckroth Music this holiday season, where, until Christmas, you get 8.9% financing on all pianos, starting as low as $16.95. Eckroth Music, 1221 West Divide, next to Capitol Lane.
You've all heard about subliminal advertising. You know, commercials that have hidden messages in them.
Come to Schneider Toyota.
Well, Schneider Toyota denies using this type of mind control.
Save big bucks.
Our sales and service professionals at Schneider Toyota say we don't need to trick you into coming.
They're absolutely right.
You're bright enough to know a good deal when you see one.
I'm good.
That's why we're just asking you up front to come into Schneider Toyota.
Buy now, pay later.
At Schneider Toyota, we are what your car dealer should be.
Oh boy, we are.
So come see us for a new or used car or truck.
You will.
If you can use it in the office, you can find it at Woodmancy's in downtown Bismarck.
Some people have big plans after school. You know what Elliot's going to do? Jeff, too. Elliot's at work on a book report using Scripted on Radio Shack's Color Computer 3. It hooks up to his TV. And Jeff's at his Radio Shack Color Computer 3 playing the newest football game. But wait, what's Elliot doing playing new Super Pitfall? And Jeff's having a blast with a new math tutor. You never know what you might try with more than 100 programs for fun and learning. Radio Shack's Color Computer 3 comes with everything you see here. Other items each sold separately. Only at Radio Shack.
From Walt Disney Home Video, it's time for magic. It's time for excitement. It's time for Cinderella. And once you take it home, the magic of Cinderella is yours forever. It's Walt Disney's classic Cinderella, available on video cassette.
That's a snow leopard? Yeah. That's a tiger.
Come to Wendy's for your cuddly animals and help us help World Wildlife Fund protect the real ones.
And that's Mom. Uh-oh.
Get your kids all 4 wild animals only at Wendy's.
Our next matchup is Michigan traveling to College Park to take on Maryland. And I can't believe it took me this long to finally cover the Wolverines this season. I mean, the team has been fairly exciting. Look at what happened last week with Northwestern. But they've lost their 1-2 punch at running back in Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall, as both are banged up. Haynes is out for the season. All of this is putting more and more pressure on quarterback Demetrius Underwood to start putting up some big numbers. Now, Maryland, well, they've kind of had the typical Maryland season. Trust me, as a fan of the University of Minnesota, at times they've run into the same problems. They schedule a lot of soccer competition very early on, and then when they start having to face the big boys, they immediately wilt and fold. Though admittedly, the Terrapins lost last week to Rutgers, which, they're an okay team, but they're not spectacular. Now, the offense has looked fairly impressive at times, with quarterback Justin Martin and wide receivers Jaleel Farouk and Shalik Knotts. However, the defense still struggles against high-powered offenses. They don't step up in the big games, so yeah, you can see what the problem is there. And the Wolverines overall still have a better chance at the college football playoff in the Big Ten championship game. It's a small chance, but yeah, they still have a chance. So they really do have something to play for, and that's probably going to lead them to the victory. I mean, they're the better team here, even though they struggled against Northwestern last week. I don't think they'll have the same effect against Maryland. So yeah, I'm picking Michigan to win this one.
Where can you find the strength to stop aches and pains without a prescription? In Advil. Advil contains the same medicine that's in the prescription brand Motrin. Yet Advil is gentle and it's safer to your stomach than aspirin. It's no wonder Advil doctor recommendations have grown each year and now total over 15 million. And the doctors are recommending Advil more and more every day. So why take this or this when today there's Advil? Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Chasing the chill away from a rainy day. Oh, something to warm you up. Wrap your hands around it. America's Cup, America's Cup. Dipped in cup of soup.
Hearty, wholesome, America's favorite cup of soup.
America's Cup, America's Cup. Dipped in cup of soup. America's Cup.
Welcome to high school. My name's Kevin Keegan, and I'll be your tour guide for this semester's trip through Adventureland.
Stedman is going to go through the roof when he hears about this.
I came here to teach kids how to communicate. Makes the cuts. Or he cancels the show.
The newscast they didn't want you to see. TV 101.
TV 101.
TV 101.
Moving on to the NFL, we're starting things off with Minnesota taking on Green Bay, and yeah, I kind of hoped this would get a bit more interesting when I selected it a few weeks ago, but yeah, the Vikings are having a really disappointing season, to say the least. I mean, they were always expected to take a step back from last year, having to break in J.J. McCarthy and not having Sam Darnold, but I didn't think it was going to be this bad or this much. And now Justin Jefferson's getting frustrated, which means he's probably going to wind up getting traded. The defense is too streaky to really have too much faith in, and all hail Deathmate.
All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate. All hail Deathmate.
If there is maybe a bright spot in all of this, it's that the Packers really aren't playing that much better. I mean, the defense is playing okay, but it's getting way overworked because the offense just keeps spinning its wheels. I mean, on a plus side for the Packers, Christian Watson is playing better since coming back, but now Josh Jacobs could possibly be out. I don't think I've heard anything just yet, but he obviously missed the rest of the Giants game, and obviously it's a knee injury, so you don't know how exactly that's going to affect things coming down the stretch. And like I said, the defense is getting overworked. They're really not causing as many turnovers as they caused last year, which I think would actually be a real benefit to them because, again, it would prevent them from being overworked so much. Now, the Vikings have won, I think 2 of the last 3 games at Lambeau, or even 3 in a row. I mean, they've played pretty well in Green Bay, but I don't really see that happening this time. I think the Packers make the right plays at the right time. They'll probably win. It might be close, but it's probably going to be low scoring. Yeah, the Packers will win.
And Pepsi is offering a special $5 rebate with the purchase of an ET video and Pepsi.
If you've been looking for the perfect chicken dishes, you've come to the right commercial, because Perkins is now introducing saucy chicken dinners. 5 complete dinners, each made with a full chicken breast fillet, to which we add the finest ingredients, and your choice of delicious side dishes. But then you can see that for yourself. And anyway, why spend time looking at our dinners when you could be eating them? Only at Perkins.
Hey, Mom, want to see a neat trick?
Sure.
Look, you can read your name in the table.
Uh-huh. That's because I dust with Pledge. It gives my wood a beautiful deep shine every time I dust. Look at this. My old polish looks blurry, but Pledge is so clean, so clear, my wood shines deep. See? Really beautiful.
Mom, I know why you always use Pledge.
Why?
Because it has deep shine. Neat, huh?
Dust with Deep Shine Pledge every time.
Our next game is Indianapolis taking on Kansas City, and, the Chiefs really need to start winning if they're going to have any shot at making the playoffs. And it doesn't help that they're just banged up at running back right now, and the defense is also kind of getting pretty dinged up. Adding to all that, the Chiefs' offensive line woes are really hindering the offense right now. They can't make big plays, they can't seem to do everything right. It's not like it's been for the past few years, where the Chiefs always seem to just consistently make the right play at just the right time. I mean, look at last week against the Broncos. The Chiefs score a touchdown to take the lead. All they got to do is make this extra point, and they would have taken a 4-point lead, so the Broncos would have had to have scored a touchdown, and it gets blocked, so it's only a 3-point lead. And, you know what happens for the rest of that game. And that's kind of been the Chiefs' season. They just haven't been able to make those plays that they've always made. Now, the Colts are flying high as arguably the best team in the league right now. I mean, Jonathan Taylor is running the ball extremely well. He's having a Saquon Barkley-like season. The defense is playing well. Daniel Jones is playing well. If I do have a problem is that they've really struggled when they've faced, better teams than what they've faced. Their 2 losses are to the Rams and the Steelers, who are both at least playoff caliber teams. Okay, maybe not the Steelers so much right now, but like I said, at least playoff caliber. So, yeah, again, you could see where it can maybe be hard to get completely behind Indianapolis right now. And again, I know I'm repeating myself on this show, but their defense is way too unpredictable. Now, I hesitate to say Kansas City is panicking right now, but they're definitely aware of the situation they're in. The Colts have, like I said, the Colts struggle with good teams. So, again, I expect Kansas City to play really well and probably win this one. It'll be close, but yeah, I like the Chiefs here. I just can't quite get off the bandwagon so easily. Sorry. So again, yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs.
On the Way is a store especially for mothers-to-be with fashionable maternity wear that's both comfortable and attractive. They carry styles for every activity from sportswear to dress to sleepwear. And right now, all fall merchandise is on sale and holiday dresses are marked down 20%. Wherever you are in your pregnancy, On the Way has just the right fit for you. They also carry lines for the woman who is not pregnant. Stop in Tuesday through Saturday from 10 till 6 and Monday till 8. On the Way, located 201 East Broadway, Bismarck.
Stan Pucklet Chevrolet in Bismarck is celebrating their 5th anniversary, but you get the gift. Choose from over 300 new and used cars, trucks, and vans. Unwrap a 1989 Chevy Celebrity. Pull out a 1989 Chevy Beretta. Enjoy a 1989 Chevy Corsica. Stan Pucklet Chevrolet has 150 used cars, trucks, and vans, all sale price to fit your budget. Come in now during the 5th anniversary sale at Stan Pucklet Chevrolet, Highway 83 North, Bismarck.
Your Allied agent is ready to plan the right move for you. Call Jobbers Allied.
Where can you go for top-of-the-line garage doors, fireplaces, windows, and Hebron brick where you don't have to worry about getting service when it's needed? B&D Supply, 1805 Michigan Avenue, Bismarck.
Our last matchup is Jacksonville taking on Arizona, and I want to be more behind the Jaguars than I really am, but the problem is when they look great, yeah, they're great, but when they look bad, they look really, really bad. I mean, look at the wins over Kansas City, the Chargers, the 49ers, but then look at the losses to the Bengals and Texans. It's just like, how does this keep happening? I mean, on the plus side for the Jaguars, I think Travis Etienne has restored the ground attack. Jacoby Myers has been a good trade for them. That acquisition really has paid off, as he's made some really good adjustments and is definitely helping to supplement the Travis Hunter injury. And the defense is really carrying the team at this point, especially in recent weeks. They've played really well. They've kept the offenses in check. Yeah, I know you can look at some of the scores and maybe see otherwise, but again, they've been playing pretty well throughout most of that. You look at the Chargers game, for example. Now, the great game that Arizona managed to have against Dallas a couple weeks ago proved to be kind of an illusion, didn't it? Not to mention, they haven't played very well, and now Marvin Harrison is out with appendicitis, which can sometimes be 2 weeks, it can sometimes be a month. And they have no real run game, so Jacoby Brissett is throwing the ball. He threw it 47 times, or how many times did he throw it? Or it was 47 completions. That's just way too much. And the defense is good, but it's also getting overworked because of that. When you throw the ball, incompletions happen, and it extends the game and makes everything go longer. So the Jaguars are just okay, but they're a better team than the Cardinals are right now, and they should hopefully win this game, but it's probably going to be an ugly victory. I'm not exactly behind the Jaguars 100% here. So, yeah, I'm picking Jacksonville to win, but it's not going to be spectacular by any stretch of the imagination. All right, after the break, we'll wrap things up and get to the non-college football playoff bowl announcements.
McDonald's presents gifts your kids will love. Holiday Huggable Muppet Babies. For a limited time only, you can get these holiday gifts for a special low price with any McDonald's food purchase.
Good night, baby piggies.
They're only at McDonald's, so hurry on in.
Presenting a turning point in the history of screwdriving. The Black & Decker cordless screwdriver. A screwdriver so powerful it can drive 100 screws on a single charge. Any less, and it wouldn't be the Black & Decker cordless screwdriver.
Is there too much month left at the end of your money? Then come to Jay's Pawn Shop in Mandan for a loan where you'll get the best money for your merchandise. Or if you're just shopping for some great values, again, come to Jay's Pawn Shop in Mandan. You'll find all kinds of merchandise from sporting goods to fine jewelry, all at great low prices. Jay's Pawn Shop, serving those in need of a loan or anyone wanting to pick up some great bargains on a great deal of merchandise. 3101 Memorial Highway, Mandan.
Good evening, I'm Tom Jensen for KX12 News. Coming up tonight, 5 people are dead, 3 others injured in a car train wreck near Valley City this afternoon. And North Dakotans today remember the day 25 years ago that John F. Kennedy was gunned down on the streets of Dallas, Texas. Greg Stein is going to have highlights of the Bismarck-Mandan High School wrestling meet. And Doug Keene says we'll have some mild temperatures for a couple of days. Look for a pretty good chance of some rain for Thanksgiving Day. We'll have these stories and more coming up tonight on KX12 News.
Whirlpool and Corwin Churchill Appliance.
making your world a little easier.
Okay, so to wrap things up, I like Duke over North Carolina, UTEP over New Mexico State, and Michigan over Maryland. Then on the NFL side, I like Green Bay over Minnesota, Kansas City over Indianapolis, and Jacksonville over Arizona. All right, it's now the moment everyone has been... Okay, maybe not everyone, but someone has been waiting for. This is the lineup of non-college football bowl games we'll be covering during the college football postseason. We will be covering the Myrtle Beach Bowl, the New Orleans Bowl, the Pinstripe Bowl, the New Mexico Bowl, the Independence Bowl, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, the Armed Forces Bowl, and the Holiday Bowl. So yeah, obviously I'm trying to pick different games than we covered last year. You could just look that up in the channel. It's somewhere around here. I guess maybe I'll do one of those post links in the end card. So that's those are the bowl games we'll be covering, the non-college football playoff related bowl games, that is. All right, so the next video after this is going to be the random trade review on the 2003 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series from Dreamwave. And then after that, we'll be covering the Thanksgiving Day slate of games. The NFL side is going to be Green Bay versus Detroit, Kansas City versus Dallas, Cincinnati versus Baltimore, and Chicago versus Philadelphia on Black Friday. And then college-wise, we'll be covering Georgia versus Georgia Tech, Indiana versus Purdue, LSU versus Oklahoma, and Ohio State versus Michigan. Now, the week after that, these are the NFL games we're going to be covering. We're going to be covering Indianapolis at Jacksonville, Denver versus Las Vegas, the LA Rams versus Arizona, and Miami versus the New York Jets. Now, that is College Conference Championship weekend, and like I said earlier, most of those are just not really set right now. Like, technically, I think the Sun Belt Conference is set, but other than that, none of the other ones really are. So, yeah, I can't really go too deep into them right now. So, just know which ones we'll be covering. It's pretty much every conference now has a title game. So, yeah, you know what to go through there. So, yeah, that's what's going to be happening over the next few weeks. And see you all next time. Hey guys, remember that you can support my work at patreon.com/sleepytime for cat productions, or just click the link in the description. Also, remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can be made aware of further videos.